Good evening, one and all. Do you know 43% is the share of hydraulic oil in the total lube volume in the mining and C&I segment? That's a huge share, right? What that means is half of your problem related to lubrication will be settled if your hydraulic system is healthy. And that brings a lot of significance on the quality of hydraulic oil you use in that system. But the big question is how to determine a quality hydraulic oil, isn't it? So let me move on to show what makes an hydraulic oil better than the best. First, let us try to understand some of the challenges in lubrication faced by mining and C&I segment. The senior leadership team of all the challenges is nothing but your speed, load and temperature of your equipment. Speed is a very critical parameter in an automotive equipment. There are high speeds and also there are low speeds, but both comes with different sets of challenges. Needs to be addressed specifically. Then comes the load. Here we are not talking about ordinary load. We are talking about high impact load. The load comes from uneven lumps, can exert shock loads to your bearings, gears, and of course to the lubricants. So when speed and load is present, temperature comes on board. And if temperature is not managed properly, that can result in various kind of issues like your internal component seizure, unscheduled maintenance, and even underrated production. And also we all know, generally in mines, ambient temperature will be 2 degrees higher than average. Last week I had been to Ramakundam, it has already turned into an Agnikundam. Next comes cooling water ingression. It's quite a common problem what we encounter. This forms a scale in the sun and even it aggravates oxidation many times. Pumpability. Yes, pumpability can become a challenge if your equipment is installed with long centralized greasing system. Bad pumpability means bad lubrication. Improved production rates. Mines has resources sleeping under the earth, so there will be always a rush to unearth those resources in a faster rate, but that seriously adds up to the problems. Last, dust and contamination. You can't avoid these two things in mining and particularly in open cast mining. But this thing poses serious challenges to the lubrication by the means of choking your filters and also initiating wear and tear. Fine. Now let us pan our focus more on hydraulics. Change is the most constant thing in this world, right? So the need of hydraulic end users also changed and evolved over a period of time. They wanted higher production rate, but at the same time with lower maintenance cost. They wanted wider operating temperature, at the same time they want a cleaner system. Energy efficiency is the buzz term in today's industrial norms. So the end users wanted their system to be more energy efficient. Finally, environmental norms. Reduce spillage and oil drain into the Mother Earth. Seeing all these needs, the equipment builder put their brains into the design. They came with modern equipment with increased power density but with tighter clearances in the internal components. Then the equipment came with increased pressures, increased temperature, increased flow rate and also with increased problems. Equipment with smaller sum size means reduced residence time for your lubricant and that means reduced heat transfer. With all these operational and design changes, there was a tremendous demand put forth to the next generation fluid that needs to be more durable for the long equipment and wildlife, and it should be ultra clean, and it should be efficient, and of course it should be environmental friendly, right? Gentlemen, ExxonMobil's answer to all these questions is our high performance anti-wear hydraulic oil Mobil DT 10XL, specifically designed with exceptional shear stability and increased high viscosity index to cater all these needs. Now let us see what makes Mobil DT 10XL a preferred choice for our end users. Before that, first let us try to understand what is hydraulic efficiency is all about. Hydraulic efficiency is a combination of mechanical and volumetric efficiency. Then what is mechanical and volumetric efficiency, right? Typically, your equipment goes through two phases in a ship. The first one is the phase where the system is cold and you are trying to start the equipment to operate. At this point of time, your hydraulic oil viscosity will be high, and that will put a lot of mechanical load on the pump, and that means poor mechanical efficiency will prevail in that phase. The second phase is the time when the equipment runs continuously in the daytime and attains peak temperatures. At this point of time, the viscosity of your hydraulic oil will be low, and that means a lot of internal leaks in the system. And at this phase, there will be poor volumetric efficiency. The key here is to have optimum range of viscosity over a wider range of temperature to reduce or to minimize this volumetric and mechanical energy loss, efficiency loss. Mobil DTE 10XL, a shear stable and high viscosity index oil, can give better film thickness in higher temperatures and has good pumpability properties in the low temperature to take care of your equipment, to protect your equipment, and also for the smoother operations. Very importantly, it has a potential to increase the hydraulic efficiency by 6%, when compared to conventional hydraulic oil. This has been demonstrated in this rig test. This rig test was conducted under severe operating conditions. You can notice the results went better when there was higher pressure and higher temperature. This clearly points out Mobil DTE 10XL's excellent ability to provide optimum viscosity even at severe operating conditions. What this means is 6% lesser input fuel or input energy per work cycle. And I'm sure that will give phenomenal savings to the end users, correct? Moving on. So you must have heard me telling shear stability many times. Now let us see what is shear stability is all about. When hydraulic oil works in the smaller clearances of control valve, it tends to shear down and can lose the viscosity permanently. This is due to the additive technology used in the conventional hydraulic oil. The polymer-based viscosity index improver can shear down permanently and can slash your viscosity permanently. So that will definitely result in increased cycle time, and that could affect your productivity. Just imagine in your excavators, if a low viscosity hydraulic oil runs, and then how much toll that could take in your day-to-day production targets. Many times we have seen in our MSLA use or analysis an old shear unstable conventional oil permanently loses viscosity over a period of time. Even in the markets, you will find very high viscosity index product. Say the viscosity index to the tune of 200 is available in the market, but always be aware, a very high viscosity index hydraulic oil is highly susceptible to shear down if an inferior additive technology is used. On the other hand, Mobil DT 10XL is carefully formulated with select group 3 base stock with specialized viscosity index improvers, which makes it a shear stable oil for a longer drain interval. This has been demonstrated in this particular rig test where a conventional hydraulic oil with polymer-based viscosity index improver has been used. You can see within one day, the conventional oil has lost the viscosity. But on the other hand, Mobil DT10XL has successfully completed the complete trial and came out with flying colors. Finally, a very important attribute about Mobil DT10XL. Picture speaks louder than words. A perfect example for Mobil DT10XL's ultra clean performance proved in an MHFD test. Mobil Hydraulic Fuel Durability Test is a proprietary comprehensive hydraulic test which replicates real system scenario. In this test, a competition oil is tested along with Mobil DT10XL. Within 500 hours of operation, the competition conventional oil has turned dark. Mobil DT10XL was continued up to 3,750 hours. That is 6 times more than conventional oil. And it has successfully run. Only after 3,000 hours, there were some glimpses of color change. So how this is possible? It is because of outstanding thermal and oxidation stability of Mobil DT10XL. Just imagine in your control valves and servo valves, these kind of deposit, if it happens, then it would call for frequent cleaning of that servo valve by stopping your equipment. So Mobil DT10XL can work in an ultra clean way, even at extended oil drain interval. To sum up all, Mobil DT10XL exceptional shear stable and sustainable viscosity index can provide optimum viscosity across wider range of temperature. It has the potential to increase your hydraulic efficiency by 6%. It has excellent thermal and oxidation stability, which can ensure longer oil drain interval and extra protection for your equipment. The ultra clean performance ensures smoother operations of your control valves, and that means it ensures uninterrupted productivity. Finally, fewer oil drains and non-toxicity of Mobil DT10XL gives very little impact to the environment. Having said all these things, Mobil DT10XL sets new standard for hydraulic fluid performance. That's all from my end, but before I can leave, I would like to tell you one thing. If you are bored seeing all these rig tests, there is a live case coming from the field. Let me invite Srinivasa Rao onto the stage to share a live case. Thank you very much for your patience.